Hi everyone, I was just creating this card and I thought I might shoot a quick video to show you how to do the sponging. You may not have done a sponging background like that before, or not sure what I was meaning in it, just writing it down, so maybe a video would help you. So I've already started sponging the Daffodil Delight, but I'll just go back a few steps. What I've done is I've cut the card matched to size, so that's our piece there, that's the Whisper White, and then I've cut a piece of scrap white, just use copy paper, printer paper, and I've created a mask. So I've die cut a circle with a circle frame, circle dies, and then you can just use that to mask off the area that you want to sponge. So then you can use sponge daubers or the sponges. I'm just using the sponges myself, and I have started sponging the Daffodil Delight. I'm using Daffodil Delight, Pumpkin Pie and Rich Raspberry to create the colours. So let's go back to sponging. Just dab, I hope you can see that well there. Pick up some ink on your sponge. What I find is I dab it off on scrap paper first because I find it just takes off some of that initial heavy blotching. So, and then you're going to do a circular motion. You don't want to dab it because that's when you'll get those distinct sponge marks. You want to rub in a circle, and it's good to start off the area that you're doing. So I'm starting off onto the mask area that you're doing and come into your circle. So just start off and rub in a circle. Pick up ink. You can do it as heavy or as light as you like. Now I have added a couple of little spots of removable adhesive on the back of the paper just to hold it in place, but you want to just hold it firmly. Pick up your ink and rub into, and just hold the paper firmly so it doesn't slip. As much as you want, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I think I'm going for sort of a bit of a, I don't know, sunny coloured sky, maybe a bit of a sunset, but I'm just creating that effect. And once you've got enough covering of your Daffodil Delight, you can bring in your other colours. So I'm going to do just a little bit of the Pumpkin Pie, doing the same way. These are really old ink pads. They're one of the first ink pads I've got. They're still working well. I re-ink them and they're going along okay, but gradually have to introduce some new ink pads, I think. All right, so once again, just dabbing it off. And then this time I'm just going to go for a little bit of a crescent shape down the bottom. So just going into the card off the circle. Just might have to press a little heavier. It's only just a subtle amount that you want. Just along the bottom part of the circle. I think my pumpkin pie is starting to dry a little bit out. May have to re-ink it a bit more. So you can just see. Now, if ever you want to have a look, just lift it carefully and you can just see what's happening. You're starting to get that colouring variation. All right, so now I'm going to go for the raspberry. And this time with the raspberry ink. And our raspberry sponge, there it is. Once again, dabbing. This is a newer ink pad. I don't want it too heavy, so I'm going to dab off quite a bit because I just want to have a bit of a subtle effect. If you're using daubers, it's the same way, just coming in off your card or on the scrap mask area and just sponging in. I just find the sponges cover a larger area. This is quite heavy. We want to take off a lot of that ink. All right, so now I'm just going to do a bit of a crescent shape up the top part. And what I might do is actually turn it upside down. I find it a bit easier to go from along the bottom than reaching over. So this time you're going to go just a little bit in. I still find that quite heavy. Just a subtle bit. Take off quite a bit of that ink. Probably didn't even need to ink it. So I hope you get the idea. I just wanted to show some tips as to sponging it, just coming in. Let's have a look. We'll just lift that piece off until you're happy. I think that's okay. So when you're done, you can then remove that mask area and do your stamping. So we're just, you'll see in the tutorial and in the image, we're just going to be stamping the tree and adding some sentiments and a few added bits. So I hope you'll find the actual sponging part helpful. So enjoy making the card, and I'm really loving hearing your comments back from all the cards that I've been sharing and how it's inspiring you to create, because that's what I want to do, is just keep you creating and giving you some ideas and inspiration. So I hope you'll give this one a go too. So happy stamping!